January 21st, 1988. Dear Will, it's been a few weeks since the blow-up on my dad. It's been eating away at me. I said it with obvious sarcasm, but what if my dad actually thought it was true? Like, he wouldn't be wrong, but I don't want him to know. It's scary thinking about what he could do to me. I've heard about those camps where they try and change you. They always leave there more traumatized than when they were initially sent in. But enough doom and gloom for one letter. I just got home from the basketball game, and we're all going to a party in about an hour. Our first high school party. Lucas got invited by the team, and then he invited us. I'm still debating whether or not this is a good idea, with the whole upside-down trauma thing. We all have our own problems to deal with, but I remember specifically that you have really bad claustrophobia, and I just think going to a crowded party might trigger it. But that's just me and my overthinking. And yeah, I know what you're going to say, Mike, I'm fine, don't worry about me, but are you really? Are you really fine? Because that's one thing that's really bothered me since everything ended. You're still obviously dealing with some shit, and I don't blame you at all. You should be suffering. That came out so fucking wrong. I didn't mean that at all. You deserve every good thing this fucked up world has to offer, and you should never have to suffer ever again. I just mean that, considering everything, it would be a huge shock to me if you were just able to recover with the blink of an eye. So when you tell me you're fine, I'm sorry, I don't believe you. I love you, and I want you to trust me enough to be able to open up to me and tell me what's on your mind. And you know that I'll listen all day if it comes down to that. It doesn't even matter what you're saying. I just love hearing the sound of your voice. Jesus Christ, everything is coming out wrong. No pun intended. Everything you say matters to me, but that's probably already implied by the I love you, so I'm just gonna stop rambling on and on about this. You're coming over in a few minutes ahead of everyone else. I love how we've always made plans like this, with you arriving earlier so it's just the two of us. It makes me feel wanted. Even though you don't actually want me, not in the way I want you. Anyway, before I get all mopey and pathetic, Lucas insisted upon all of us pre-gaming, whatever the hell that means. I don't know. Maybe this party could be a blessing in disguise. It could represent things finally going back to normal for us. I really hope so. We all, deserve this. It's currently 2:30 in the morning, and you're passed out on my bed like a fucking starfish. Before the party came over, you told me you didn't want to drink for pretty obvious reasons. And I respected that, Will, I respected your self-control and your aversion to ending up like Lonnie. I even told you I'd stay sober in solidarity with you. So we didn't pregame like the rest of our friends. Yeah, now I know what pregaming is. Basically getting drunk before going full-on blackout at the actual event. Which was why I was shocked to see you stumbling over to me like you'd been drinking since 3 p.m. You called out my name, and I barely had any time to register what was happening before you slung your arms over my shoulders and jumped on top of me, knocking me over onto the couch behind me. The landing kind of hurt, since throwing all your weight on me caught me off guard. And I'm not even going to try to confront the way you shoved your entire face onto mine, your lips narrowly missing my mouth. That was obviously just a mistake. Probably just you being drunk and lacking coordination or something. But the way you looked at me, Will, I had to remind myself on a loop that you were drunk. I asked you how much you'd had to drink, and you told me, like 5 shots of vodka. And I know you have free will, again, no pun intended, to do whatever you damn well please, but I just felt kinda blindsided. Because you told me you didn't want to drink tonight. But then I asked you what changed your mind. You said that you just did the shots because everyone around you was telling you to, but to not make a big deal out of it because even though you didn't want to drink, you were still having a good time. So I left it alone. But it got me thinking. For as long as I've known you, you've been so incredibly selfless. You do anything to make people happy. But sometimes you do it at your own expense. You did it during 1985 when we ignored you all summer and then swept it all under the rug when you left for California. You did it with me when I said that horrible thing, and not even 24 hours later, you told me it was fine. And you did it with the painting when you were silently sobbing next to me in the van. I still want to talk to you about that one. I just don't know how to bring it up without scaring you away. It just hurts to see you do things that clearly make you unhappy. You shouldn't do that. You deserve so much better. Anyway, I turned you onto your side so you don't choke and die. I just hope that you don't beat yourself up in the morning. But I know you will. Okay, I swear that was the last pun. I'm gonna go now and try to scooch myself between you and the wall. Love, Mike.